if I'm a recent college grad looking for a job and I have a couple of prospects, one of them is from your bank, one of them is from a competitor, I choose your bank. What's going to keep me there at your business?
There's a feeling of true acceptance that most of the employees at Shah Bank feel. We actually have the lowest turnover rate in the industry. And it's because, again, as I said, from the top, that the care that I have for the employees has percolated through every branch, every office in New York, all through America, and through the over 100 countries that we operate in. That type of care not only is within those branches, it's also within the care that our employees extend to the customers who walk in every day. And that ends up translating to, we end up making these people's days better. We end up inspiring a lot of the people who walk in at the professionalism we have, the care that we have for their problems, and the care that we have for them as people, and that ends up making their communities better. Now, as an employee at Shah Bank, you participate in this, it feels good on the inside, it does good on the outside, so you feel that, and you want to stay. Those good feelings keep on bringing you back, and they encourage you to continue to push through the pain, because I push my employees very hard, and that's one of the reasons why we're continually able to be at the cutting edge. So not only do they feel all those things, I'm very vocal about what's going on here. So that this very speech that I just gave is stuff that I continually distribute within videos that I send to company-wide, memos that I send, so they're aware of what's going on as it's happening.
A couple of your competitors, they've recently adopted a very similar model all to each other of a sort of mentorship program where each individual employee is in direct communication with a senior employee who's a couple steps up, and they say the reason for this is to really help that person who just started out see where they could be and to really get deeper into the understanding of the company. Is this something you might do? Do you see the value in that, or do you think it's not really practical?
That is very valuable. We do that too. And the reason is, as you said, so that people can see where they may be and they get mentorship and help from people who are far above them, who know more than they do, who've been around, who know the ropes, not just of how this company works, but how the industry works. And of course, we can't have our senior people's time gobbled up too much by constant communication with people who are far lower than them in the ranks, right? So these things are infrequent, but little things here and there add up. So for that reason, we've started doing that too, and we found it to be very helpful. I make sure that I have a personable and approachable mentality about me when it comes to handling the employees too. Now, that's by contrast to George Washington. George Washington believed that the closer he got to people, the less they respected him. He wanted to be more distant and more of a mythic figure, and he took a lot of photos of himself, or there are paintings of him riding horses with the two front legs up. He looked really glorious and strong, and he wanted to maintain that image. That's his style, and that's not my style. I understand what he's going for, but I'm really here for all the people who work here. And they feel as though they can access me, although of course they can't necessarily unless there's some really good reason to. There's tens of thousands of employees, right? You need to have controls over who talks to you and who doesn't. But I send videos, I write memos, I encourage the people who work here, whoever they are and whatever they're doing, by talking about what our company has accomplished, where we could have done better, and where we're going. And I make sure to let them know that their individual efforts have contributed to everything that's happening. When people get a pat on the back, and it could be a very small thing, it makes a lot of difference. These small little inputs add up. So when I say that the care starts from the top and is percolated through the entire company, that's what I mean. Because I have that in my intention, I don't do these things formulaically or for PR or just to make people think that they're cared for or respected. I do it because I actually mean it. And as a result, all of the surveys that we give out to employees to rate their managers and assess what they think about the company, we take those things seriously when we get the feedback. The memos that I make have care in them, and people really think that they can excel and get to the highest level of their competency within this company, and this company grows and expands because I'm a risk taker. You know, I'm not one of those very cautious CEOs, and I think that in a very competitive environment, you a lot of times the safest path is the risky path. You will get burned for it. I've failed quite a bit at many of the ventures that I've undertook. I've spoken too much on things sometimes. I've overstepped boundaries sometimes, but that's all part of the learning process. And many of those times that I've done those same things, they've ended up working. We've been able to get into new branches of business, develop new lines of trust among among foreign governments, which allows us to do better business in those places. And all of that leads to every employee within this company being more optimistic about where they may end up, because you could end up anywhere. And that anywhere that we have continues to expand, not just geographically, but monetarily, and in terms of what type of position, what type of work that you're doing. And all that starts with, everyone contributes to it. My singular role within it